Just waiting to see. Ooh, one person already. You didn't waste any time. Whoever that may be. It's kind of late here. It's like 2:45 in the morning. I was expecting anyone to be in here that quick. Whoever's in the room, say hello. Hi, listen. You're an insomniac like me, eh? It's about to be the full moon on Saturday, I believe. So I'm up. And I've been meaning to go on live all week, but I've been so busy. Hey, hi Sherry, hi Miss NOYB, hi Mary. Sorry I haven't been on live, guys. Hey Eric, I haven't been on live this week. Hey Emma. Why do you say oh my god? Like I haven't been on live all this week. I was supposed to be, and I just get getting caught up. I swear, yo, I this is why I wanted to do this video because I like literally like I've been thinking about it a lot lately about love, like just my love life, my love history, just love in general. And I was just like, this must mean something. Don't get me wrong. Also, we're on the tail end of the Saturn retrograde. So I think we have like 2 weeks of that. And the Saturn retrograde was going on for, was it since April? Maybe even before that. But it's been going on for months. So, karma, love, it says a whole lot. It rings a whole lot. But how have you guys been? I know I want to get on this week. It's just this week went by. I don't know for anyone else. This week for me has gone by so fast. Like I can't believe already tomorrow's Friday. Um, but what to do in order to yeah. Like I feel like I have to see the planets, but it's like I feel like this is a time where we need to look that over. And like, I'm not like a hopeless romantic type of girl. Like, I'm very loving, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. But lately, I've been thinking about love. Like, I've been thinking about, and that could probably come with age because I'm getting older. Like, I'm getting to that age where I'm like, okay, so what am I doing with my life? Right. But like, I'm just like thinking about it, like, you know, just my dating history and I don't have any regrets because I'm not going to say that none of the relationships I've been in did not build me. But one thing I can say about my love life that if there's anything I could go back and tell my old self is just don't sweat the small shit. Yeah. Yeah. Age is a snippet of it, and there's a part where I've been like looking over my history and it's kind of like I've never really dated anyone that was ever worth it. You know what I mean? I got a child out of one of my relationships, but like it's just like, yeah. Mm. So I was looking it over like, something needs to shift, something needs to change. Wow, 10 people at this time of night. Hey, Supreme Rose. Well, hold on. My phone's on like 9%. I have to put the plug in soon. Yeah, well, I've been like I have dated through and through, and befriended through and through, narcissistic people. And I don't, and they do say a lot of healers do attract narcissistic people. Yeah. Well, the food was coming up. Like been having a lot of prophetic dreams too. And like for me, like I can always feel when somebody's talking about me. whether it be bad or good. And I always can sense when I'm going to hear from somebody because I just think about them randomly. Like today I was thinking about Ocean's nurse, and she just like jumped in my mind yesterday or something. Yeah, it was yesterday, day before yesterday, and then today she messaged me, and I haven't talked to her in months. Yeah, because I'm very overprotective of my space. So when people like energetically step in my field, I know. Like I will just think about them out of nowhere. Or they're like if I start mentioning them out of nowhere, they'll come. Hold on a second. Let me just attach and put some lip gloss on. I just missed those last few messages. Me neither. Whatever generational ties I have are not wanting to repeat cycles. I have been with a family about cut close cords. Yeah, it has. And sometimes it's like generational too. Because like I come from a line of women. Like my parents have been married for 32 years. But like on my mom's side, majority of them, I come from a line of women that like a lot of them were single mothers. And very strong, like independent, career-minded Black women that were single mothers. Like that's the line from my mom's side that I come from. Like it's actually like next to maybe like one person, my mom has been married the longest out of all her side of the family. That's female. Yeah. Except for like one woman, and she's been married maybe for like I would say like 45, close to 50 years. And next second runner up is my mom. And she's been married for 32 years. Well, of course, like, how can you not be an Aretha Franklin fan? Like I've enjoyed like her music growing up. For sure. I have too many. Yeah. Like, it's been weird. Like, even my grandmother was, I don't know if my mother's mother ever got married before. But like my mom like had oh, let me see. I just want to make sure it's charging. Okay. My mom, my mom's dad and my grandfather and my grandmother were not together. Though my dad wasn't my dad's mom, my mother's father was very active in her life before he passed. He died when she was 15. Um, yeah, they were never married. I feel like that was like calculated. I feel like there was a reason behind that. Is that your daughter in the back? Where? Where in the back? There's nobody there. And I don't have a daughter. I have a son. I have no girl. I only have one child and I have a little boy. I'm just waiting for somebody to say something. But yeah, it's I just think about a lot of stuff and like my past and just stuff. Like I dated somebody and the situation was so traumatic what I went through. Um and it caused me not to like want to be in anything serious for like 7 years. I think they may fight over it, but I feel like for the most part they'll try to be fair. Both my grandparents on both sides are married, but it seems as if her parents were born in the late 50s, 60s. Yeah. What do you think about millennial technology and how it affects dating in the modern times? I find the millennial dating, it's made it easier for people to have unconventional relationships. I feel like it's kind of like contributed to people like that are daily exposed and consumed by like relationship standards based on like memes or little articles that you see, that I feel like a lot of people are being stuck in the past and what they went through before. Like I find like the new millennial like dating and stuff, like it causes people not to get over people. Like I maybe it could be the fact that like, you know, like when you break up with somebody, you could always still keep tabs on them. You know what I mean? Because you can like creep their Facebook or creep their stuff still. Like back in the day, like before this time where internet was so prominent, like you broke up with somebody, you got over them. Like you just moved on and found somebody else. Now it's like people are still like caught up on relationships that they were in 5 years ago, and like won't allow their heart to be open. Or like you meet people that like they want to do everything that you would do in a relationship but not necessarily put a title on it. Like that's kind of the world that we live in now. So like you never really know where you stand with somebody, because it's like even if you're doing like, okay, we start dating and we see each other, like, you know what I mean, we start dating and like we start seeing each other every single day. You're spending like the week at my house, like you've met my family, like all that stuff. Like in my day when I first started dating, those were all grounds to say that you and that person were going to be a couple, right? But like nowadays, people would do all of that with you, like take you out on dates, go on a trip, like introduce you to friends and all types of shit. And like fuck, like it doesn't mean anything. It just, this is just what we're doing. We're just hanging out. And that's what gets me so nervous too. And I also come from a time too where it's like people formally ask you or let you know like what, like exactly what they're doing with you. You always know from the jump. Like, okay, I'm just hanging out, I'm not really looking for nothing. Or like, okay, like I like you and I want to get to know you and I want to date you. Now it's like you just never know. Like it's just, you're just like around and you're just like, so what are we really doing? I'd rather go by my third eye fleck of, yeah, that's true, but you just never know. Like even me being psychic and I can ask friends stuff, like sometimes I don't want to know. I just want to like get to know somebody, because it's like when you get a reading, it's like you get the end result. So sometimes it's like you get too far ahead of yourself, and it's like that person's not aware of the reading. So like they're going at a pace of like they just want to see where it's going. And then you already know the end result. So like you like kind of either pedal like forward too fast, or you start acting like you guys are already in a relationship and he's like, yo, wait, I thought we were just hanging out. You know what I mean? Like it's, but he's not there yet, right? So it's like, so then I don't even want to know. Like, you know? But sometimes if you're intuitive, you could just tell. Not even just personality, you could just tell. Like I met somebody recently. It's not recent, it was recently, but I met somebody and like we were seeing each other for a little bit, like, you know, going out and stuff. And like I just knew just like it wasn't gonna go anywhere. I just had that feeling this from day one. Like I was like, I could see this like, yeah, we'll hang out for a bit and then eventually like it would just die out. I don't like this camera that I'm using. This is my other phone. Am I into palmistry? No, I am not. Like I've had my palm read before, and people have told me stuff. But like a lot of stuff I heard like that are like palm stuff are like they're so far future that it's like I can't even say it was accurate. Because they're like, okay, I was been told I was gonna have like 3 kids, and it's like, okay, I only have one so far. I'm 33. Who knows what the future has in store? You know, like yeah, friend zone. Do you think online dating makes us more picky of finding a right mate, or will we miss the opportunity? I think it's made people picky, and I feel like it's made people like have an unrealistic like roof on like the kind of person they're gonna meet and how they are gonna look and standards of who they think they are. Because everything looks pretty online. You know what I'm saying? Like I know people that literally you go on their freaking Instagram, you think that they're balling. And you think that they have money and everything and like they live this lavish life. And it's like I know that person and that person's broke as fuck. Like I lent them $50 last week. Just joking, but like it's like I know that the standard of like the quality of life they try to present to the world is not how their life really is. So I find like people like just have this unrealistic standard of the kind of person that they're gonna meet. I just find too like people just like some people that use online dating, they use it as like a tool to have like a cluster of people that they're talking to without having to go through the effort of like going up and meeting each one. A lot of people go online nowadays, obviously, because it's easier. It's easier to like face rejection going online than it is to go up to a girl or a guy in the bar. You know, like I've went online before, because like for me, like for example, like I'm a single mother. I have a son, and I like my friends. Like one of my dearest friends that I have don't live close to me. They all live like far away. A couple of them are older as well. And like I want to be able to go out and have a good time. So I want to meet somebody. And so like, like when the weekend comes and I have my parents that can watch my son, I can go out and have dinner and go for drinks and stuff. Like I could always be open to meeting new friends, but I find like meeting friends sometimes is so finicky. Not like dating isn't finicky either, but I find like dating is easier than friendships because when it comes to friendships, it's like it's hard when you meet somebody, you get to know somebody, and it's like you don't find yourself to be a match with them anymore. I find it takes a more stronger emotional toll than a relationship because sometimes like a boyfriend like or relationship is like it's kind of a given when it ends because you already know like there it can happen when a friend is like, oh fuck, like I've, opened myself up to you and you've opened yourself up to me. And it's like, God damn, so. Hi, Maurice. It's a big ego game. It's so annoying. I just have no energy for it. Like I hate when men are just egotistical. Like one time I met a guy online and this was recently and he added me to WhatsApp and WhatsApp doesn't have my photo. And he's like, "Oh, why don't you put up your pictures?" And I'm like, "Cuz." And like he tried to make it seem like I was like trying to hide. And I was like, "I'm not hiding. It's just that like, if anyone noticed anything about spiritual people, like we like to keep our photo or our face limited from online. That's because like there's always a chance that you could be open to spiritual attack because it does happen a lot in our industry. And yeah, like it's like we keep it very limited with pictures, and it's just like that's why. Like, really, that's why. Like, I would love to put my photo up, but when it comes to WhatsApp, like, as long as that person has their number, your number in their phone, they have access to your WhatsApp. And I don't know who I've deleted or blocked or gotten a new, or they've gotten a new phone that could like still have access to see my pictures. So I'd rather just put up like a Bible scripture or like a meme or something like that, um, rather than show my face. Don't get me wrong; it's not like it's hard to see my face because I do show my face on YouTube. I post a lot of psychics that are on here on YouTube don't show their face. Like I think I'm like one of few that actually really show their face. That's because for me personally, like I'm covered in the blood of Jesus, so I don't worry about that politics anymore. Right. You have to. But I keep myself covered in the blood. So like, you know, I just don't put energy to that anymore. Cause of course, like, you know, I want to show my face, you know. Um, but I am with certain things and pictures, like it took me like almost like it took me like 8 months before I was comfortable putting my son's picture online. And like all the pictures I do have of my son online, it's on my Instagram on a private page. Like I don't post my son, say on my House of Stars Instagram. I wouldn't do that just because I'm not comfortable with that. Let me see. What does it say? Yeah, I believe it. But like he was like thinking that I was like trying to hide myself, and I was like, "Who's gonna catfish?" Like I watch Catfish, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm so surprised that show's like still around." Because I'm like, I'm not gonna catch. How can I? Oh, please hit the like button, like button, guys. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, guys, in this group, if you have any psychic personal questions, meaning if you would like for me to answer a personal question for you, it is $7 for one question and $10 for two questions, which is payable via PayPal, which my link is in the description box, the House of Stars email, and you can make your purchase there, and I can answer your question. Thank you guys for the likes. I see a couple likes go up there. But yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about? Like what's something that we could talk about? Because I really don't want to sit here and talk about my love life the whole time. And you look like excited about it. There's full moons coming up. I'm trying to figure out what sign it's in though. I have to check. But I love the fact that like people in my group, in my life have made friendships or connections. That like warms my heart. This is bad to ask, but can I ask about Tokyo Tony? Oh gosh, Tokyo Tony. Tokyo Tony. I don't like to judge, but like she's a little bit rough around the edges. Like I'm not surprised by the least why Black China may act the way that she does with her mother. Like we all have one mother, you know, we all have a way where our mother, you know, annoys us or embarrasses us in ways, but I just feel like Tokyo Tony has a way where she could just be really over the top. I don't think Aretha Franklin was a sacrifice. I think Aretha Franklin, it was just her time to go. I think Aretha's been sick for a very long time. I um I don't know if it's gonna be her that commits her to one, but I definitely feel like that may lead for that to happen. Oh, no, absolutely. People have been saying stuff like that, and rightfully so. People do. And if Aretha Franklin was going to be sacrificed for Nicki Minaj's new album, her album would have been a flop. Sad but true. It was so terrible how flop her album was. How bad it flopped. I was actually pretty like sad about that. But to be honest, I feel like she needed to have this loss. I'm sorry, I'm being frank. Like shit. Like if you're gonna go do that, like I'd figure that you would gain more success than that. But no, she's not. Like I'm not even knocking Nicki. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was a flop. Well, it was a flop for her career. It wasn't necessarily a flop because if there was another artist that did those numbers, it would be a successful for them, like a debut artist of this day and age or whatever or whatever. But for Nicki Minaj in her career, it is a flop. It's a flop for her. Don't get me wrong that this industry has now become very saturated from the time that she started out. Like when Nicki started out, she wasn't competing with these SoundCloud rappers. You know what I mean? Like Nicki's debut, like mainstream album was like, came out like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So she didn't have the competition she once had before. Her second album, same thing. It's like it had that, but I feel like with Nicki personally, and I feel it's like on a spiritual level, like on her personal life, I feel like it's like she's needed to have this flop to humble herself. I think it was because if you actually listen to the Nicki Minaj album, like I think this is by far probably the most realest and rawest of Nicki we've ever seen, of like herself and her spirit, Right. She did it to prove a point. I said that in my video. I said that in my latest video. I'm like, okay, I feel like she needs to stop complaining because I'm like, if I were her, like, I wouldn't have so much to say because it's gonna get tired after a while. And so said, so done. She's been bitching and saying all types of stuff, and look, here we are. Because when I made that video, she would I think it was just after the Flex interview, and I was just like, okay, she needs to slow down. By the day after I posted that video, it's like Nicki's just all over the place digging the most. Let me see. But I feel like that's what she needed. Cause Nicki, like I love Nicki, and I've always loved Nicki and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that Nicki's always walked around the industry being the most humble as humble pie. She is not. She is not. She's done some shady shit. She has been messed up with people, and I think this is God's way of having to humble her. And she needs to be grateful that she's been able to sustain herself and have a successful, long-standing career for like 10 years with barely any competition, especially when it came to female. I think she should take that and be grateful with that. You know what I mean? Not to mention, like, Nicki is getting up there in age. She's 35, right? And, when it comes to the rap game, this is around the time you start slowing down. I believe it. I believe it. I think that Nicki would have been content with just fading out and just doing her own little thing. But I feel like it's like how people have treat her is where it's become a problem. Like I feel like Nicki definitely sees a difference in how certain executives, like people aren't trying to make money off of her no more. Like everybody's on Cardi. Like you go on Cardi's page, you see all the shit she gets. Like all this promotional stuff, all this designer shit. Like everybody's on Cardi's dick. You know what I mean? And that was once Nicki's life. And now that's like not her life no more. Like no one really like is on her like they used to be. But she hasn't realized like it's like in the hip hop game, there's like a timeline, eh? People are gonna have to go in on her, even if fans are particularly. Yeah, a psychic said that she's supposed. Okay, a palmist said that the past life she did feel like it went on so in this. Yeah, like I feel like she feels like don't get me wrong, she is a woman in a very male dominant industry and an industry like Hollywood, like you're constantly reminded that you are a woman. You know what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj has always had to fight for that crown, you know? But Nicki Minaj has to keep in mind too, like, there's things that she did too. Like when she, she's like, oh, these new bitches are coming up and they weren't showing me respect. There was like, you've made jobs at Lil' Kim before. You know what I mean? Like, you made a job at Lil' Kim in Roman's Revenge. Not necessarily, because I feel like Cardi's gonna know when she should stop. To be honest, Cardi may not have a very long standing career. I don't think so. I give Cardi 2 years and she'll be done with it. And she's just gonna want to raise her kid and just keep it cute. Because Cardi wanted fame, but like Cardi's not built for fame. Like Cardi's the kind of person that if she ever feels once she feels like she's slipping and in some shape or form she's losing herself, she can't handle it. Like what got Cardi B famous is her personality. That's what people don't understand. Like with Cardi B, like Cardi B, but even though Cardi B is like the Cardi B that has sells millions and everybody in the world knows her, at the end of the day, Cardi B did make success for herself within her own strength on Instagram, being an Instagram personality. Because before Cardi B even popped, before Cardi B even went on Love and Hip Hop, she already made like generated a million followers on her own. But I feel like Cardi B is just not built for the industry. She would literally have to break herself down and like totally assume and be a whole different person. And within her right, who that would be, and how it would manifest, she would have to be completely cold hearted. Like have no feeling, like just cold hearted to survive. And I don't think that that's her. And I feel like her becoming a mother is gonna like totally is gonna completely keep showing her that like this just ain't for me. Like I hopped this fence and I'm here now and it's like this shit just ain't for me. I think the thing that makes her stick with it is like she loves her fans. She definitely wants to help and like provide for her family and be able to give her family everything that she couldn't give them before or what they've never had. And like sustaining a certain lifestyle. But other than that, like she can't handle it. Oh, she's a full moon baby. That makes sense. Yeah, I feel like she will. This does Kanye West still Kim Kardashian's the perfect bitch? I read that she did. she supports a lot. It's not like a little. Like the Cardi B will help out her mom, her dad, her sister, her cousins, her grandmother, this cousin that's a dude that has maybe some business that needs like a little 2 grand to start something. She helps a lot of people. Her money goes like far. And that's what she's always wanted to do. You know? So she has a lot riding on like the money she makes. But she's just not built for the industry. She's just not. She can't be that fake, cold-hearted, like ruthless, like no nonsense, like person. She doesn't have it in her to be it. So eventually it's gonna get tired for her. I don't think so. I don't get that. Hold on. I don't get that at all. I'm not sure who that reader is, but I do not get that at all. I don't think Kim K even looks at Teyana Taylor as remotely any kind of competition at all. And she's not. Sorry. Hello. Sorry, I had to refresh my face. I got stay alive, look alive, look alive. You know, like sometimes when you just like you have like your mouth just feels blah, and you just have to freshen it up. I just had to do that, so don't mind me. I have to go drink water too. This is probably not smart for me to drink this much water at this time of night, but I haven't got to my goal today. I've only drank 2 liters of water today. I need to finish my last liter. Where's my lip gloss? Hold on, I missed something. Outkast stays around even after 2 years. I really do like her music. I do too. But I respect her for what I see. I respect her doing it because that just shows that she's just that real. You know? Like she's not gonna sell out who she feels who she is in her true self just for some dollars. And I can get behind that. Hold on. Shut up! Shit. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to hold this in my hand. But yeah. But I hope she does that, but I don't think she's gonna last that long. I just have that feeling. Like I can't see her having like a long withstanding career. There's gonna be another artist that's gonna become big. That's a female. Yeah, exactly. She wants fame. Who doesn't want fame? But like you don't like you see the glitz and glam, your name and everyone like talking about you and in the papers, but like you never really fully know the price of fame until you become famous. Like you can see it and like hear about it and like see things people go through, but you would never understand it or know the price of fame until you become famous yourself. Mom, I'm on live. Mom,
Yeah.
I'm on live.
Oh.
We just going to get the blanket? Mm. I can't see that. Like if I do like a read, like so usually when you see me do a read on a celebrity, right? I'm just doing like a cold read. So whatever like spirit says, I just say it. Um but yeah, plenty of times. Like I predicted Cardi B getting pregnant before she ever announced it. I was actually shocked when I saw it. I was like, what? And she ended up getting pregnant. Actually, to be honest, I think she already was when I predicted it. But it wasn't definitely out in the public at all. Ew, why is it so sticky? Look alive, look alive, look alive. Uh. Slippy doesn't want her favorite and she gets off her soul. Would you say Rita picked up the Kim would maybe envious of Tiana Taylor, feeling that she kind of showed her. Okay, yeah, I already heard that. Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure where that Rita got that from. Because I don't feel like Kim is threatened by Tiana in the least. Kim does not need to be threatened by Tiana Taylor. Like, I love me some Tiana Taylor, and man, is she ever amused. But, wait, hold on. Yeah, Tiana would have to, like, do a whole lot. Plus, Tiana Taylor, like, deserves that fame. Like, people don't realize that how long Tiana Taylor's really been in this industry. They just think that she's, like, came up from fame. Fade. Which actually, my friend was one that choreographed that video. Oh, choreographed the dance moves in that video. But, yeah. She deserves it in her own right. Because she's been on Rock Nation for years, Tiana Taylor. She's been on Rock Nation for like 10 years. I don't know if she's still on Rock Nation, but she was signed to like Rock Nation years ago, which is obviously owned by Jay-Z. And Kanye West was on Rock Nation. So that already shows the history they have. No one's saying anything. There's like 6 people in the room and I don't see anyone saying anything. I feel so weird when there's like no dialogue because I feel like I'm just sitting there staring at the camera like an idiot. Because like I usually save and post my lives. So it just looks like I'm just sitting there for like a good like 5 minutes like just looking at the camera. Mm-hmm. Oh, I thanks, but sometimes I just feel like I'm just being so long-winded. Like I feel like I'm just talking and rambling. I know. I feel like I'm just rambling along. I like to feel engaged. I like to hear your guys' opinions and stuff. Like I love to hear you guys talk, and I like when you guys have conversations. And do you have some crazy 2019 predictions? Well, you know what? Let's see. Let's see. Well, you have to say that for the end of the year. I could like pick up a couple, but I'm not gonna give them all. Like I'm not gonna do like I wouldn't do like a whole thing like I would do, say for example, on a video. Um oh, I don't know who Janet Hubert is. You would have who is she? I don't know the name. I probably know the face. Okay, next year. Cardi B might get pregnant again next year. Exactly. She wouldn't have gotten the fame if it wasn't for Kanye West. Yeah. At the caliber that she has it right now. Because she's been on Rock Nation for how long and Jay-Z has done nothing with her career. Jay-Z is good at marketing women that and this is not about colorism. Like it's not my opinion on colorism, but I feel like he's good at marketing women that have more European like accepting features. Because I think in his mind it's like they're more moldable than say Tana Taylor. Because before Tana Taylor, like she had a look before she's like gotten work done and stuff, like she had a look that, yeah, she might get pregnant again. Yeah. And the second kid she has, I think it's gonna be a boy. But it feels like towards the ending of the year of next year. Is she yeah, I feel like she might get pregnant again. Yeah, she's very maternal. Like she wants to have that life, the family. She wants that real life. Like she wants that real life. Like that's one thing I could give Cardi. Cardi's like one of the realest chicks you would ever probably come across in the industry. Next to like obviously like Lauren Hill and Erica Badu, but that's not a different spectrum. But like I would say she's one of the like most regular girls that you probably could meet. If anything, you heard it here first. But I feel like with Nicki Minaj, like Nicki Minaj needs to do some soul searching. Like she needs to take a break and like really like go internally. I think she's going through it right now. Like, of course, but like I feel like she needs to like go do her thing and come back better. Not better, I wouldn't say that because she's really good. I mean like better for herself. Like more grounded within herself and how she feels. And stop trying to like fight your emotions, you know? Stop trying to tell yourself that you're too strong enough. Oh gosh. All right, let's see. Damn it. Yeah, she needs to. Cause it's karma. You know what I mean? Like a lot what she's going through is karmatic, but it's to build her, not to break her. Do you ever get converted contempt in your? No, actually no. I don't like because you know how it is. Like I've not been one of those psychics on YouTube that have been that consistent. I know a lot of people watch like different psychics have watched me because I've heard a few names be dropped that they said that I was good and I was like, oh, okay. But I've never not on YouTube. Not on YouTube. I've dealt with it in my career, but not on YouTube. But not in, like something DM me or anything. But I've dealt with competition in my career, but not on YouTube. I don't think people are really worried about me because at the end of the day, like there are a lot of psychics that it's like sometimes it doesn't like that. Oh, thank you, Sarvu. I don't think it really has on YouTube. Like YouTube's like a numbers game. It's almost like it doesn't necessarily have to do with accuracy. It's more or less who. Oh, really? I recall a Virgo astrologer on here that shared that somebody inboxed him mad that he lowered his prices for flash sale. And he was like, huh? Yeah, I've not gone through that before. I've not gone through that before at all. I think like, hold on. Oh, sorry. I just had to, yeah. I think that when it comes to like personal association, I've only probably like mingled with two YouTubers and on the site, and they were both males that I've ever met on the site. I met on YouTube. Other than that, like no one really gets into me at all. And I like it like that too because I'm really just here to make my like to like engage with my followers and do my thing and just be out. Like I don't. I think big like I've been in this industry for a while, and coming into the industry, I dealt with a lot of bullshit from jump. So it's like I've already like got myself to a place where I know how to navigate within among psychics and how they can be or how they can get. So I just do my thing. Like I'm like I have a kid. I have a whole life outside of this. Like you know, like I have no time to be going back and forth with somebody online. That's just not my thing. And if you're a psychic and you're spiritual, um, competition should never intimidate you, especially if you're very into your spiritual work. You know what I mean? And are connected with your guides and everything. At the end of the day, wherever destination in life that you're meant to be, they will get you there. Yeah. It's just like I've dealt with a lot of drama. You have to understand, like a lot of us psychics, we've gone through a lot. Like we are wounded healers. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, like I don't get it because it's like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like you will always get what you need. Like for example, like my clients that I've had over the years, I wasn't the only psychic they went to. You know what I mean? Like people will go to like two, three, four psychics. There's enough room for all of us. Like, you know what I mean? Like one day, one person will want to try you, and then may want to try this one, or may want to try that one, or compare notes. Like it's like if you like look at the abundance if you look at your abundance as limitless, then you never need to worry. Like if I want, when it comes to me making money, like my money is not. I don't relate it to who's making what and who's not making what. I relate it to what I'm needing to do. Yes. Good night, love. It was nice having you. Hold on. Somebody said something. Shelly. Thank you, Star Probably, for the $5. What do you think about Nicki Minaj's brother, the one that got arrested? Is he guilty? Yes, he is. I feel like he is fully through and through guilty. And I feel like he's no stranger to that. He's no stranger to what he's done. Like I feel like he's the kind of person that he kind of walks with his penis in his hand, and whoever he could try to get in with, he'll get in with and doesn't care. Yeah, he's guilty. At the end of the day, it's like it is Nicki Minaj's family, but doesn't say he's guilty. He through and through did it. Like it's yeah, he did it. But at the end of the day, that's Nicki Minaj's family. You know, it's not like it's Nicki Minaj. You know, and it's just like at the end of the day, like she can choose to not address it. And to be honest, I don't even think that in reality she's that much involved in what's going on in his life. Keep in mind he's a whole grown man doing his own grown thing. Right. Yeah, it does. It does. It really does messes up your psyche. It's unfortunate that there's, they say 1 in 3 women go through that. And so, you know, did I see your question? What was your question? I missed that. My neck, man. Ooh, my bones. I just can't wait until like the shadow period's out of Mercury retrograde and everything. Oh my god. Repost it? Yeah, repost it. Because a few people have said stuff. Okay, okay. Do you see Janet Jackson making a comeback in pop music? Her new song is doing really well. Not that hit song is part filler. Um, yeah, I would say in a certain regard, yes. I feel like Janet Jackson has the ability to put out a song and it's well received. Like top of the line, top of the charts. I do feel like she will get back on the charts again. I do. But like I don't think that that's her aim per se. It's like at this point it's like you're just a legend that's performing and doing what you love for your fans. But Janet Jackson has had like one of the longest standing careers of our time. I still love Janet. I love Janet. It's like you can't say anything wrong about the Jackson family. It's like you can't take away anything that they've earned. Like if she fails, if she has an album and it flops, it's like, okay, it's like her music's just not of this time. It's like there's only so much people that will appreciate her, but it's like it can't take away from the legend that she is. Right. See, like they obviously come from a time where talent is what brought fame. Now we live in a time where it's image that brings fame. What do you guys think about 6ix9ine? I don't know why. I like him. I like 6ix9ine. Like I actually like him. Oh, I can see how she's an Aries moon. Do I believe MJ is innocent? I do. And I'm not being biased. I do. I feel like that was like a whole Illuminati setup. I think he just didn't want to play the game anymore. And whenever they felt like he was not wanting to play the game, then yeah, they were ready to like drag him through dirt. I don't think he did it. Don't like 6ix9ine. I don't know his music too old to know it. Yeah, I know. I don't like just his music, but like he's a troll and he's annoying, but he owns it. That's what I like about him. Like it's like he owns everything that he is. Like he is who he is, and it's just the way it is. He is a clown. Like he is an idiot, but I can always admire somebody that just owns who they are. Whether you're a dick, whether you are this or that, but like you are who you are and you own it. Like it's just like it's just the way I am. I don't know. I just have maybe it's a Scorpio in me, but some of the kids when what game? Like performing shows and stuff. Well, I don't know in detail, but obviously being a part of an elite group of people and having the fame and the power at your caliber, there's certain things you gotta do. Like it's like paying your monthly it's like paying your monthly fee to your friggin' club, you know? Like there's things you have to do. And I feel like, a lot of the stuff when it comes to industry is on the dark side, right? And I feel like MJ was coming in a place and an understanding that God is real and God is powerful and God is who we should be worshiping and God is who we should be following. And what am I doing? Corey Feldman, is he being targeted or I think he's targeted, yeah, because I feel like Corey Feldman knows a lot. He knows a lot and he knows who to get their name exposed. Like, I feel like he's not only been exposed to things, but he's done his own research. DJ goes, what did I miss? Everybody says that. Somebody said that to me before. They're like, do you have Gemini somewhere in your chart? And I'm like, no. I have no Gemini in my chart at all. But people say that. They're like, oh, like you have like a Gemini personality. Because I'm a Scorpio sun. I'm a Leo moon with a Sag rising. My Mars is in Libra. My Venus is in Libra. My Mercury's in Aquarius. Like, yeah, my Mercury's in Aquarius. Like, those are the only air I have in my chart is Libra and Aquarius. And my Jupiter, I think, is in... What is it in? I gotta look it up again. It's been a while since I looked up my chart. Is Charlie Sheen one of those people that someone wants to expose? Yes. No, your Mercury cannot be in Aquarius if you're a Scorpio sun. Oh, we're both Scorpio. Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Or maybe it's my Jupiter. Yeah, my Jupiter is in Aquarius. Then what's my Mercury in? I don't know if you have the chart on you. HTH. You could look it up. I could give you my date of birth. We do love hard. That's one thing about me. That's been my downfall in life. Like, if I love you, like, I love you with everything in me. Like there's no fault. And that's not just for lovers. That's like lovers and friends. Like, maybe it's a Sag. I don't know. Or maybe Libra. I'm going to have to look at my chart again. I don't know where my other phone is. Because I have, like, this phone and another one. And I can't find... I haven't been able to find my other phone for a couple days. So, I can't even look. I'm not supposed to even be drinking this. Why am I drinking this? I'm supposed to be drinking my water. Or maybe I should leave it to the morning. Yeah, I'm going to leave it to the morning. Okay, I'll chalk up today to say I only drank 2 liters of water. Tomorrow, I'm back to drinking 3 liters of water. See, I have my 2 bottles here. I drank 4 earlier. I needed to drink these last 2 to make 3 liters. But it doesn't look like that's happening tonight. Because to be honest, I do not want to be getting up... Having a Leo, me too, having a Leo moon. Water and earth, whatever love hard, yeah. Oh my gosh, the worst sign for loving hard that I've ever met are Capricorns. Capricorns, like, even when it's like all the signs say like run, go, like it's time, let it go, they will not leave. They literally don't leave situations until they're absolutely forced to. Cancers too, yeah. But I don't know. It's kind of split between. I feel the females are like that. Yeah, Capricorns like just. Oh, is it? Okay, that makes sense. Capricorns, oh my gosh, like they just don't leave. Like, because like my closest friends, all the best friends I've had in my life have been Capricorns. And they would be in these relationships and I'm like, the guy literally is dogging you and like I can tell you half, maybe half of the experience that you've told me, you didn't even need to make it to half before you should have left. And they will stay. I'm like, wow, I admire your heart because I can't. I can't. I can't allow somebody to make me lose myself that much. Even though I love hard, I do have that Scorpio in me that I'm accustomed to change. So like it's like if I have to sacrifice what I want for me to be happy, then I'll do it. And that's what I've done in love a lot. Like where it's like, okay, I know it's not working out and I know it kills me and it's hurting for it to not work out. But hey, I gotta go. I'm not sure. Cause I have to check. I think I've dated mainly air sign moons. Yeah, like air sign moons. I've dealt with that a lot. But for sun signs, the majority of the men I've dated were fire signs. Oh, she is? That makes sense. My sun is a Gemini moon with a Sag rising and a Taurus sun. That's my sun. And my son was born, I don't know if he was, I think he was born on the last day of the retrograde. But Venus was in retrograde when he was born. There's a lot of retrogrades going on when he was born. Oh yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Some Tauruses are sweethearts. Like, yeah. Some can be sweethearts. But then some Tauruses have that way to them when they have that jealous streak. That's the only thing I don't like about Taurus. Their jealous streak. Because like when they're jealous, they can be really petty. And that I can't stand for. And I love Capricorns. Like I get along with Capricorns very well. And I like them. The only thing is that the only thing where we don't mix is that like Capricorns are very cut and dry. And very like cookie cutter, very stick to the books. Like they don't really have that much of a like a wiggle room. Where like I don't like I'm a Scorpio, so like I don't really fall in that spectrum. I know. DNA don't lie. They can be very bossy. And they can be very controlling. I feel like they're more controlling than they are bossy, if that makes sense. Like they always have to feel like everything is in the place of where they want it to be. And if it's not, it's a problem. Like they always want you to be the friend that they think that you are. Like you can never be who you are. Yeah. That's where me and like Capricorns end up like having to go our separate ways. It's like there's not room for involvement with them. Because they don't evolve that much, you know? I find every Capricorn I've met, like, they may evolve, like, in life, monetary and things like that, but when it comes to mentality and who they are, they're pretty much the same. Yeah, they put people and things, and I don't like that. Because, like, not even, like, for my own self, but I'm like that with even people. Like, cause I'm a Scorpio and I'm all about like change and recreating and transforming of yourself, right? And so I always expect that from people. So when I actually notice when people don't evolve, it shocks me because I'm like, oh, like really, like because even though like there's a lot of qualities of myself that are very similar, that are very much the same. Like I can't even. I wasn't even. I can't. Like the same person I was 5 years ago is nowhere near who I am today. Like my glow up is real. Maybe the control part is why they come off as selfish. Yeah, they do come off as very selfish. They can be though, because they can be very. There's. I don't know if they're selfish, but they're very self-serving. Ooh. Okay, so tell me this: HTHTV3. What sign do you think my next lover is gonna be? Oh, they're having their own conversation. If anyone can make a guess, Aries? Oh, I can't. I was married to an Aries before. I can't do Aries again. If he's like an Aries, he has to like have water in him. Virgo? I guess I've been attracting a lot of Virgos lately. See, me and Virgos, we get along so well. Like one thing I could say about Virgos, we always hit it off right away. The only thing where me and Virgos always end up clashing heads is ego. I say Pisces with a fire moon. I've never dated a Pisces before. That would be like, I would love to see how me and a Pisces would be. I've never dated a Pisces before. But me and Virgos, like, yeah, they can be sneaky. And like how it is like we get along, but like they always like to play ego games. And I can't stand that. What about that? Because I don't play into ego games. HTHTV3. I want to do one of these days. Let me know your race. I want to do my chart. I've never really gone through my chart thoroughly before. Like I've gone on like Astrolab or Astrolabe and done like one of those, like just kind of give you like a quick thing. I know. But I think that like Nas and Khaleesi's breakup was catastrophic. What about a Sag? Oh, yo, I do not like Sag. Like Sag men, they're mad cool as friends. One of the best friends you could ever have. But dating, no, don't date a Sag. Yes, Virgos are good at that. But do not date a Sag. They're the most cheating, conniving, cheating men. Like they cheat with no bounds. Like they're the kind of dudes that will sleep with your cousin and like have no shame about it. Yeah, they're very prone to cheating because they get bored. Like they need constant stimulation. Yes, they get bored. Like Sagittarius men, any Sagittarius men I ever known, and like I know them, they're cheating men. They that's one sign that will cheat on you like it's nobody's business. They're funny, yeah. They have good qualities. They're funny. If they're your friends, they always have your back. If you ever need them, they will always be there for you. They always will hold you down. You can have great conversations with them. They're honest people. They're gamblers, whatever. But like when it comes to cheating, yo, a Sag, like he's notorious with it. He's not like you will cheat and it's like some one-off girl that you will never know, never see. Like they will sleep with your own best friend if they can get it in with your best friend. Like that's the kind of person. That's how Sag moves. Yeah, yeah. They cheat like nobody's business. I'm so shocked to see 13 people in my room at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, they get bored easy. They need stimulation. It's like they like the chase. They like to chase you. They like that chase to get you, and then they get you, and they like to do what they need to do to impress you. And then like once they know you're already settled in, it's like, hmm. No, Scorpio men. Oh, Scorpio men are the worst. Scorpio men cheat too, but they're the kind of how Scorpio men cheat. They're the kind of men that they're very compartmentalized about it. Like if they're gonna cheat on you, oh, okay, that's why. If they're gonna cheat on you, like you won't know who they're cheating with. Like you won't know the girl. They'll be, especially if they have a family. They're very respectful about it. They won't make their ties like cross. They will never make the girl that they're cheating with feel like she's above all, whatever. But like the thing was so bad about Scorpios, they're so secretive that they will carry on like an affair for years before you will ever find out. Your husband's Taurus, yeah. See, my mom is Taurus and my dad's Scorpio. Oh, Drake is one of the most worst Scorpios you can meet. But I find like Scorpio, October Scorpios are the worst. Like they can be bad. It's funny because like an October Scorpio is like who broke my heart. That I did not date. Like he broke my heart so bad, like I could not date for 7 years. Like that's how bad it got. Like I wouldn't like take anyone serious for like a good 7 years. That's how heartbroken I was. Yes. But yeah, I dated two Scorpios before. I could believe it. About 2 minutes before being a Sag. What happens when you break up with a cancer man? They never let go. They never close the door. They always think that they own you. And this is not just like my experience because my son's father is a cancer, but this is like I've seen that like they never close the door. Oh, HTV3, can you check my chart? Oh, no wonder. No wonder freaking can't. No wonder like 50 Cent's so messy. I do use crystals and I heavily believe in the power of them. But as I've gotten like older, hey YouTube fan. As I gotten older, I use less stones. I literally wear three different kinds of stones. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I ain't talking about Cancer. Hello, Saffron. What about Leo men? I like Leo men. The only thing that I don't like about Leo men, I find like they have a way of being a little bit codependent. Like they will get the money, they will like take care of you and stuff, but at the same time, whatever they expect of you, like they expect it of you. And like they will make sure that and constantly remind you of what you're not doing that they expect you to do. So they're somewhat needy. Yeah, he is. That's the thing though. Like that's the worst combination to be sensitive and messy at the same time. Because Geminis have a way of being messy. They have that way to them that when they lash out, they're really messy with it. You know what I mean? I feel bad because my son's a Gemini moon. I'm like, oh, so much for me saying that. Why do Libra women cheat? I find air signs in general, like, they're just a non-committal kind of sign. Like, they just go where the wind blows. Wherever the opportunity looks better, they're there. Yeah. I'm a Leo male. Am I exposing you? Not necessarily. I'm just like just saying what I've experienced and what I feel about Leo men. I feel like Leo men when they are solid, they're solid though. Like that's one thing I could give them. Cause that loyalty to them, you know, once they're solid with you, they're solid. Yeah. What do you get HTTV about a Scorpio woman? I don't know. Like I'm a Scorpio woman, but it's like I don't feel like I'm all that Scorpio. I'm Scorpio in ways, but like there's a lot of ways that they say about Scorpio. Like I'm not that dark brooding Scorpio. I'm like that light-hearted Scorpio. Yeah, exactly. I know about them Scorpios. But I think I'm pretty chill. Like it takes a lot to take me out of my element. I guess so. Like I'm very passionate. That's one thing about me. I'm very passionate. Like I can't do anything and I cannot thrive at things I'm not passionate about. If I'm not passionate about it, it's just not gonna work. Um so yeah. Like I'm very sensitive. That's one thing about me. Plot revenge. Um I don't think I've ever really like plotted revenge with action. Like I've always just gotten revenge. Like the situation always like end up playing out where it was like a revengeful situation. But I'm not like, yeah, I'm gonna get your ass. Like I think I'm more like not for myself. I think I'm more like that for people that I care about. Like if you mess with my family, oh yeah, I'm like I'll follow you to hell. Like I'm gonna make sure I get you back. But when it comes to like myself, I'm more like whatever. She was jealous. Yeah, see the thing is with me, that's the next thing with Scorpios they say. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous type. I'm jealous in love. I'm definitely jealous in love and I could be a bit possessive in love. Not hardcore, but like I'm jealous in love and stuff like that, but not like I'm not like a jealous person. That's not how I am. My neck hurts. My neck hurts. My neck hurts. Even what regard? It depends. Relationship, I would say Cancer. Scorpio, if you're looking for a good time. Date another Taurus. I've never dated a Taurus before. I've never dated. Actually, I almost dated one, but we ended up becoming like best friends. But I've never dated a Taurus before in my life. I've had friends that were Taurus, but I never dated one. I've dated, my very first boyfriend was an Aquarius. Don't know what I was thinking. My second boyfriend was a Libra. And then I dated another Libra. Then I dated an Aries. Actually dated two Aries. And then I dated Cancer, then a Scorpio, and then another Cancer. So technically speaking, I've dated more water signs than I thought. No, my ex-husband was an Aries. He was an Aries man. That's what I'm saying. I've never dated a Pisces before. There was a Pisces guy that used to have the hugest crush on me. Oh my gosh, he was such a loser. I have to tell that story one day about that Pisces guy. It was so crazy. Who wants to hear my story about when I was gonna date a Pisces, or when I was talking to a Pisces that used to have a crush on me? Who wants to hear that story? Because it's really corny. Check mark. If two other people say yes, then I was okay. Okay, so your first love. I should. Okay, so I met this guy. I used to work at this call center. And this was like back in the day. So this call center, if you live in Toronto, everybody knows this call center. It's called Gemma Communications. Okay. So it's like a telemarketing place. Everybody knows it. Like everyone in Toronto has at least worked there once or knows somebody that works there. So this guy, I should have known. I didn't even know. I was younger. I was stupid. So this guy, like, he would always stare at me, and he was like kind of like scary looking. Like he had that big, like he was big, muscular, like kind of like straight out of prison type of looking guy. You know what I mean? Gemini, interesting. Yeah. So the first thing that ever happened, he would always, anytime I would walk by his desk, he would always stop and talk to me or give me a talk, like to talk to him and stuff, whatever. Right? Yeah. Beefy arms. And he was cute too. And he was older than me. Like I think at this time I was like 23 and he had to be already like 35 or something like this. Like but I'm used to dating older men. So he was like in his mid 30s or so. And he would always stop and talk to me. So this was like Valentine's Day. And like he came up to my desk and he gave me $10. He's like, I didn't get a chance to get you anything, but like lunch is on me. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, oh, that's cute, whatever, right? Because he really explained to me like he had a crush on me. So I was like, okay, that's cute, whatever, like whatever. So one day my brother comes up to me because at this place my brother used to work there. He was like a supervisor. So he comes up to me and he goes, so are you talking to H? I'm going to use the name H. I'm like, he goes, are you talking to H? And I'm like, not really. Like, you know, he kind of likes me and stuff. And like, he does like little things here and there. He goes, oh, because this girl over here that's on my team says that how she is like seeing him. And one day she saw you at his desk talking to him, and then he came to your desk, and she like was like trying to figure out what's going on. So I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Okay. So the next break I see him and I don't say anything to him. I just kind of like walk away. So he looks at me like, okay, why are you ignoring me? And I'm just like, okay, like I'm just not doing this. Like, you know? So then he comes downstairs and he's like, yo, what's up? Like, why won't you talk to me? And I explained to him, I'm like, well, there's a girl on your floor that you're supposedly sitting on. Like, I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. Like, we ain't nothing like that. So, like, you do your thing. I goes, that's not true. Like, I'm not dating her, whatever. So he ended up getting the girl to come and talk to me. And he explained the story that how what happened was they were joking around and she's like, oh, why didn't you get me anything for Valentine's Day? And supposedly, like, he went to, like, because there was like a, back in the days, it's called Zellers. I don't know if you guys have Zellers in America, but Zellers is like equivalent to like Target, you know? And he must have went down to Target and got her like a teddy bear and stuff like that. And that was what the whole scene was about. So like fast forward, like this was like this was like going on for like 5-6 years. So I didn't work at the place for 5-6 years, but fast forward, I stopped working there. I started working at another company. He contacted me online and he's like, he wants to see me. He wants to go out with me. And this is when I was living downtown. So I was like, okay, sure. Like, well, I don't live that far. Like, I'll come meet up with you. So we met up in a park and stuff like that. We talked. We had a little date in the park. And then we were supposed to meet up again because at this point he was like DJing at some place. So I'm like, okay, I'll come to the party. So he calls me from this number. I don't think anything of it. And I'm talking to him and I'm going to get ready to go to this party. And then I call back the number. When I call back the number, this woman picks up and she's like, I'm like, can I speak to H? And she's like, who the fuck are you? And I'm like, this is Starre. Like, did I call the right number? Then I could hear him in the background saying, tell her that she doesn't need to lie for me. Tell her that she doesn't need to lie for me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she's like, yeah, don't ever fucking call this number again for him. He lives with me. He's my daughter's father. And if you guys have your shit going on, just know that you call his phone, don't call my house phone. It clicks the phone. So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's not happening. So he calls me back, obviously apologize, whatever. I just stopped talking to him altogether. So now we're gone, fast forward, maybe another 3 years has passed. Like New Year's comes around and he decides to message me again. And he's like, you know, like, I kind of always been embarrassed from that situation. And I really want to make it up to you. And he's like, this is when I first started House of Starres. So I was like, okay, like I do need help with like some, like, he's like, oh, I'm doing like graphic design and stuff like that. So I'm like, I do need some help with my business page because I'm like, you know, I just started it out. He's like, okay, so like I can generate followers for you and stuff like that and like promote your page and like do all that. Don't worry, you don't need to pay me. I'll do this for you for free, whatever. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Because obviously he's trying to get back in my good graces. So at this time, this guy moved to British Columbia, right? So like British Columbia is equivalent to, I live in, say, like I live in Toronto I live in New York and he lives in LA now. Like he lives in California. Like that's like literally the equivalency, like landmass. Cause it's like, I live all the way east, he lives all the way west of Canada. Right. So yes. So what ends up happening, finally, like years have passed. I'm like single. And like he comes out of a clear blue sky. You know how us psychics think, or like spiritual people were like, maybe it's meant to be. Maybe like it was like a twin flame thing. Maybe it was like we were always meant to be together, but we couldn't be together, kind of thing. I wasn't going OD with it, but I was like literally open to the fact that maybe this guy, maybe like, you know, he keeps coming back. It's always something. Maybe like God's trying to tell me something. It's supposed to be something with this guy. So this guy tells me that he lives in British Columbia now. He bought a house. Mind you, a house in British Columbia is very expensive. It's more expensive than here. He bought a house. He has a boat. He has a truck. He's making all this money now. And he was like, I want to send you some money. And I was like, okay, like, whatever. Like, at this point, like, I've known this guy for a while. And at this time in my life, I was hurting for money. So I was like, okay, if he's going to send me some money, like, fuck, like, I'm going to take it. So he's like, okay, like, send me your banking information. I'm like, all right. He's like, I'll send it over. But I was like, you don't need to, I don't need to send you my banking information. You could just e-transfer it. But okay. He's like, no, but like, I usually operate on cash. So like, it's best that I just like deposit in your account. So I'm like, okay. And then when it came down, he's like, okay, I'm going to deposit by 4 o'clock. I'm like, okay. So he calls me. He's like, okay, go to the bank now. The money should be there. And I'm like, no problem. I go to the bank. The money's not there. I'm like, okay, so what the fuck is going on? Like, the money's not there. So he starts making all this excuses saying, oh, like the bank is closed, which I know that this specific bank closes at 8 o'clock. It does not close at, it wouldn't be closed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So long and behold, he's like, okay, well, I want to buy a ticket for you to come and see me. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, whatever. I ain't got no pitch. Like, I'll come out and see you. Yes, it's like for no reason. And like, it all came down to the test. Like, I don't know. I can't remember how the fuck I found out. But pretty much I found out that he was lying. He indeed did not buy a house. He was still with that same woman that he had a kid with. And they were living at her aunt's house because they literally lost their place in Toronto and got kicked out. And like they couldn't pay the rent. So they moved out west to go live with the aunt. And literally he was not working. And then like just a bum. And like that was my story with the Pisces. And then after I was like, okay, Pisces, I don't know if all Pisces are like this, but this guy's a fucking loser. Like a loser. Like I lost all respect for him. And the sad part about it too is like this is not a child I'm dealing with. This is a grown ass man. And that's my story with my Pisces. But it's funnier as I was going through it because the way he was talking when I was on the phone, he's like, yo, I got a big house. I got a studio in my basement and talking all this shit. And I was like, yo, this is not a fucking Rick Ross video, huh? Like this is not that life. Like who do you think you're talking to? Like you're not talking to like a teeny bopper girl that's like doesn't know better. Like what? This guy was like a legit bum. And to be honest too, I think also what I picked up about him as well, I think he had a bit of a drug habit as well. Like he like messed with coke or something like that. There was something off about him. I know. But that was a while ago. When this happened, this was like 4 or 5 years ago when this happened. This, you know, it was really like, yeah. But it was funny because it was just like, now that I think about it, I'm like, being older, I'm like, Tia, like there was so many signs. Like there was like 4 or 5 signs that you could pick up that this guy was a loser. Like, why did you even give him a chance or try to give him a chance? Don't get me wrong, I wasn't like butthurt. Like I was really waiting to see what would have happened if I went to British Columbia, and that was gonna be my deciding factor if we were gonna really do anything and be like a couple or work on something, you know? But I was just embarrassed for him. Like I was more embarrassed for him than I was even upset for him. Oh, what the heck is this? They are very dreamy. Because I have a friend that's a Pisces. And she's very dreamy. You're 12. See, I don't understand all this stuff. I'm not that huge into astrology. Like, my 12th house, my blah, blah, blah. That's I need to get my chart done from HTHTV3. I don't know if I should say your real name, HTHTV3. So I'm just gonna refer to you as that. But I need to get my whole chart done and take a look. But I was supposed to be a Libra. My birthday was supposed to be October. My due date was originally October 12th. But I was born November 6th. Yeah. I love Erica Badu. I really want to know what she, like, what kind of mythologies that she actually imposes on men. Every man that dates her, like, they change. They become very, like, neo-soulish. Like, they become very, like, Afrocentric and spiritual. Like, every dude she dates. I know this is a change in them. Yeah. Like, I would just want to, like, be friends with her and be like, what would it be like to hang out with you? Because you definitely, obviously, help people tap into their inner self and their inner roots in ways. Like, what's your spell, girl? What's your tea? Oh, we'll talk, YouTube fan. You and I will talk, sweetheart. Good night. That is what's supposed to happen. Evolve and transform. I'm yet to meet somebody that has done that for me. I've done that for many people, but I've not had that done for myself. And I would love for me to have a relationship that would do that for me. My number one love language is words of affirmation. I will listen to it. You know, a song that I love that I've been listening to a lot lately is but Eve, that's very typical of woman nature. Like, women cheat because of a lack. It's likely for a woman to cheat because they lack something in a relationship, not because they're uninterested. And that tends to happen. Because if you're in a relationship and you don't feel desired by your husband, and somebody on the outside gives you attention and makes you feel alive again, it's very likely you're going to end up in his bed. Yeah, Lord, what's the song? It's not Adam Living Theory. I'm just having a brain fart. And when it goes, if they say it's impossible, but I know it's possible. It's on the MTV Unplugged. It's about God and like her finding God. But the metaphors that she uses, like she talks about it in a spectrum of a relationship. My Scorpio husband found out, and I feel like because he's threatened. Oh man. We see. Yeah. It's hard for me to say. Because in my relationship, I haven't cheated. I wouldn't say it's technically cheating. No, but I've actually been in a relationship committed. I haven't cheated. Yeah, that's why men cheat. Men cheat because of like boredom. Like, it's a more of an egotistical pursuit than it's likely for most women. Like, a man could be in a relationship and love his wife and not want to leave her and everything, and have a home and everything, and still will have somebody on the side as a toy. But yeah. Yeah. Mars rules the males, yeah. Oh wow. Eve, if you want to know more of how that's gonna go, just hit me up on my email and book a reading with me. I'll definitely love to help you with that situation. It's like 4:35. I should go to bed soon. Because I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. My parents are going away for the weekend. And I have to run around and get all their stuff together for them to go away. So I should go to sleep soon. I'm not even tired. That's the thing. Because the full moon's going to be in the next couple days. Or actually tomorrow, technically. I'm not even tired at all. Like, I could get off this thing and still be up for a bit. But I really need to go to sleep. So any final thoughts, guys? Any final thoughts? Because I think I'm going to sign out. It's like 4:35 a.m. here. So, and I got a lot of stuff to do this morning. So I want to at least get a few hours in because as of the afternoon, I'm on my own. And my son is very, very active. So try to soak up as much rest as I can get in the next couple of days. Good night, Miss NOYB. Good night, Saffron. Yeah, guys, I'm going to sign out now because it's getting real late. It's getting real late. But I will try to come on again tomorrow. Most likely, if it's not tomorrow, I will be on this weekend and we can have a kiki like we usually do. All right? So I do want to thank you so much for your time and rocking with me. May God bless you and the angels protect you. Yes, my Scorpio sister. Good night.